Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Play Slay the Spire. We won last run with a good stuff deck. Weird. I think we played really well. Maybe that was the best we've ever played, but I'll wait and see what the critical response is. So out of these, I think there's a lot of good options. Random rare card could be good. It could also give us something to build around, which would be amazing. Random common relic could be good, could be middling, could be useless, could be probably even great. This one I just don't like. I don't like to lose our ability to heal. That gives us a lot of flexibility. Random boss relic, if it gave us a choice, I might consider it, but random boss relic is too much uncertainty. Even losing max HP to transform, a defend, and a strike doesn't seem bad, but I think I'm gonna go, relics are the most fun. I think I'm gonna go for a random common relic. Enemies are no longer encountered in question mark rooms. That's actually not that bad. And I'm gonna go this way to remove a card early, and then we'll hit that elite. All the question marks will give us, not encounters, but like FTL style stuff, so I'm okay with it, but it's one of the least exciting artifacts. So in hindsight, I kind of wish that I had taken a rare card, to be honest with you. And the reason I would like to take a rare card is because if it's a barricade, we know what we want to build. If it's a feed, we know what we want to build. But in this case, we have the benefit, you could say, of being like wide open spaces, room to make a big mistake. We're going to take 2 more damage here, so we won't be able to heal up to max. A lot of discussion on Twitch. I was watching Austin stream Slay the Spire, and I'll just admit it outright. He is a better player of Slay the Spire than I am. Man, we're going to take another 2 damage. Well, in that case... Well, no... 12 plus 9, 21. We are going to take another 2 damage. Let's just keep making it vulnerable. A lot of discussion about Bash. Is Bash a trap? Is Bash good? I think that Bash is something that looks better than it actually is, but I think it's okay. A Bash is especially good when your enemy's not attacking, because you can afford to use the 2 energy. But I do think most of the time it's probably worth it, as long as you can get the order right. We'll go for Battle Trance, which is 0 energy for 3, which is amazing. Every time, we just keep like slightly missing it. So we are going to remove, probably, at this point, we took a Battle Trance, Bash, this is our whole deck right here. Let's make it mildly more defensive focused. We want to keep it thin because Battle Trance will help us get to the cards we want ASAP. Now's the good stuff. Spin the wheel. This is not good stuff. It's unlikely to be bad stuff, but it's not necessarily good stuff. Remove a card? Dude. Or is this... We get a curse. We get a curse! That's terrible. That being said, I don't think I'm going to remove it from... we don't have the cash to remove it anyway, so yeah. We're going to have to roll with this for a while. Take 2 damage. That seems to me like a block should counter it. It does. It's still bad. Still bad. Also bad is the fact that we weren't able to get ahead of this guy on turn 1. I think I'm going to accept that you're going to hit me for 6, and I'm hoping if I get 3 strikes, I can kill you next turn. And with Battle Trance, it's a very real possibility. Well, we would need to draw literally 3 strikes. Which almost exclusively Drew defends. So I am going to get hit for 1. But we have to keep him close enough to kill in 1 turn. Kind of a weird start. Neither my opening gambit nor my my question marks have paid out that much for me so far. In fact, one of them has been genuinely deleterious. I think we could... Let's try... This is a meta people have told me about. We have removed a strike, haven't we? Never mind. I don't think we want to do perfect. No, we still can, because strike... Perfected strike works with strikes, other perfected strikes, pommel strikes, twin strikes. So we'll just go for every card that has strike in it at this point. Yes, please remove my curse. That turned out to be pretty good. We're not getting too much momentum here, though. 35 gold heal for 20. No. See you later, sir. I have no idea what the quality of this deck is right now. To be fighting the Lagavulin, I find quite frightening. Perfected Strike is a 16 damage drop. So we would deal 8, and then we could put another 6. We could deal 14 on turn 1. I think that's not bad. This will wake him up. And then it would deal 8 plus 9. That's 17 instead of dealing 22 overall. It doesn't apply the vulnerability, which is obviously not amazing for us, but I think you got to play Perfected Strike. It's by far our best card, I think, at least. Similarly, I think I'm going to let you hit me for 18. The reason is that this guy, he plays a momentum-based game. So we want to get him as low as possible before he starts to become more of a problem. Like, next turn he goes for debuffs again. We just want to get him as low as he can conceivably go, and we're kind of joining him there, but we want to get him as low as he can conceivably go before we get debuffed. I think we're going to be almost dead. So we'll heal after this, and then we got a lot of combat. 4 block. I hate to go toe-to-toe like this, but this will determine if this run goes anywhere. I don't think we needed a Perfected Strike. We got enough, but yeah, that was terrible. But at least we get a relic. Oh, good. Merchant stuff is cheaper. None of these have strike in the name. With a thin deck, I think Rampage is probably worth taking, even though it doesn't fit the archetype. I could end up regretting that. Obviously, we have to rest, more or less. Then we'll move on to this and hopefully get a good relic. Bag of Marbles makes enemies vulnerable. Makes us less reliable on Bash. Or less reliant, I should say, on Bash. You know what? Play a little bit more conservative for now. Essentially, we just have to draw a Perfected Strike. Any turn we get Perfected Strike and Bash is terrible, though. Unless we get 4 energy somehow in the future. So he's dead next turn, in all probability. But yeah, we want to keep this deck thin and add as many strike cards as we can. If we can just get, well, I mean, even Wild Strike works. But Armaments is so much better. I think you take the first Armaments. Try to, I know we're adding cards while I'm saying try to keep the deck thin. Oh, beautiful. Okay, 16 damage. So we'll kill an enemy that's going to kill us. Or going to hurt us. Deal 12 damage. Get this guy taken care of. Pass turn. Vulnerable Strike or Wild Strike, I guess, is... I think if it gets upgraded, it makes you vulnerable. Instead of giving you a wound, which is way better, obviously. Especially if you can get the synergy that you actually are not even made vulnerable. Like, you can't be made vulnerable or can't be made weak. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, Armaments is still a classic enabler. I sort of think we need it. 6 damage with 2 vulnerable, followed by 6 damage. So that's 12 damage overall. Wow. That's such a bad draw. I think we accept... I think we accept we're going to take... No, block as much as you can this turn. It seems stupid, but... this guy doesn't do anything after this turn. We could just make sure he dies before he gets another chance to do that again. So we might as well block as much as we can because we got so much combat coming up. This strikes me right now as the kind of run that could die before the end of the first floor. So I gotta be pretty careful. That was a nice draw there, and we're looking for strikes. No strikes. Flame barrier is pretty good. I don't think we need a second rampage. I think we'll just continue to skip for now, but it has not paid dividends yet. Give me 100 gold for free. Very okay with it. These next two combats are going to be real important. Perfected Strike will kill one of them in one hit, so that's extremely lucky for us. Let's take the one who's going to hurt us the most. And I think you will die as well. So we'll take 5 damage. We were going to take 5 even if we played a block, but this just takes another enemy off the field, which is perfect. I want to keep our deck thin enough that if we draw a Battle Trance second, we should start to pull from the cards we had on our first turn. Like, if we don't draw Battle Trance in hand 1, we get it on hand 2 and go all the way back to the first one. So that's my thinking. But I don't know. So far, I'm feeling a little bit better. I do have to point out none of these have strike in the name, and I'm adhering maybe a little bit too closely to the gimmick of only taking cards that have strike, but so far that has not really been much of a problem. I think we armaments. It's not much more damage. We're gonna get the 5 block anyway. We're gonna hit him real hard. He's gonna die soon. He's gonna deal 5. We should heal for 1 more than we had when we finished this level. But I'm not convinced in this deck yet. But a couple of strikes, if we can get Perfected Strike into the region where it can, like, lethal a vulnerable enemy some of the time, it's a great start. There's no strikes here, my dude. Being said, I think Thunderclap is worth taking and is really nice to tackle waves of fairly untanky enemies, which this guy obviously is not. But yeah, this could be a little wonky. I don't know. Start with that. I think you probably armaments, and to be honest, you upgrade Rampage instead. Oh, and we should have played Perfected Strike, but you upgrade Rampage because in a fight that's going to be long, Rampage by its second use is going to be as good as our Perfected Strike, and past that point is only going to get even better. So I do like having a 1 energy vulnerable enabler. You know what? 9 damage. 9 damage. I don't know if I can get you there. I don't know if I can get you there. I don't know if I can get you. I can do this, and then I can take the potion, and I can do that. Wonderful. Bit of a waste of 1 energy, but he's also going to maintain vulnerability for longer, which is super nice. So, come on, Rampage. Rampage. No Rampage. 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 Let's go. I think you should defend, Rampage. We're still going to take 2 damage, but I can live with it. We want to hit him with the hardest shots. We need some more and better blocks. Like, we might have been better off going with True Grit, for example, but get hit for 16. Well, armaments, upgrading Perfected Strike, like, is just not that good. It only does an extra, it does an extra 3 damage for every card containing strike. So it actually does 31 damage. I was totally wrong. I wasn't mousing over to see how good it was. And it's amazing is the answer to the question. So we're going to take 14 damage here and go down to 43. Got to remember to mouse over more frequently. I know that's been coming up. 40 damage until you transform. Well, be a good turn to have Thunderclap. We might as well block a little. I don't think we're going to die, but we're not going to get him to transform. And assuming there's a Rampage back here and a Battle Trance, there's a super high chance that we draw enough to make him transform again. Wow, we didn't. Or did we? No, we didn't. Either way. He's definitely transforming next turn. We only need to deal 13 damage overall. We start with a battle trance. You might armaments thunderclap. I was hoping it would apply 2 vulnerable, but that's fine. And then hit him with this 36 damage. Pass turn. Maybe this deck is just really bad at dealing with multiple enemies, because right now it's doing very well, I would suggest. I think it's probably better to do that. We'll take 4, but he's potentially lethal next turn if we manage to draw into a Rampage or a Battle Trance Rampage combo. Not even close, huh? 9, 6, 6. 21. We could take enough to die in the process, though. You're gonna hit me for 6. I would rather hit you for 9, and then you hit me for 9. It worked. We gambled with our future, but it was close. We should take one of these. They are rare. I think it's too late for feed to be amazing. To be able to maybe like heal for 12 is really nice, but Berserk is also going to be useful in a lot of situations. But I'm gonna go for a card we haven't had as much, and you either go White Beast Statue or Runic Cube, and I think we go White Beast Statue. Even though Runic Cube is possibly better, I think this is what we want. Could be mistaken. So question marks have been my ‑1 priority, but if we could hit 2 shops, I would not mind it. So I'm going to go this way. I want to be able to buy cards. Relics are nice, but I 100% want to be able to buy cards. No blocks here at all. So we're just unable to use Reaper. But we can Perfected Strike for a decent amount of damage. I forgot we had 80 HP. So we have a decent amount of room to work with here, but yeah, this is... We're not looking at what I consider to be an amazing deck right now. We're probably... I still think you upgrade armaments, even over Battle Trance. You know what? We can get a little ahead of you. This doesn't look like it's getting ahead, but it sort of is, because Rampage is going to be worth way more the next time it shows up. And eventually this can kill him. Something about this deck is just not clicking, though. We're going to take damage no matter what here. If we're going to take damage no matter what, we might as well make him hurt as well. I think our play is actually a bash. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Perfected Strike is not quite that great. We're really looking for maybe bash to enable Rampage. It seems like the call. You think this makes it 1? No. Yeah. Okay, so we got Rampage, which is what we're looking for. It's going to deal 24 damage. And you know what? We got ahead of him. I choose to block everything. I think we got to play this a little bit more defensively than I was originally planning on. But to be honest with you, I feel adrift right now. Like, I don't know where this deck's going. I think we do the same thing. Like, maybe bash. Strike's only going to deal 6 damage, but we're just making you vulnerable for the turn in which we're most likely to get Rampage. $16. We can get you. No, we might not be able to. Wait, okay, I'll tell you what. We're getting a potion back from each combat. I think that was very smart. Twin Strike. 100% have to take it. This is a decent card that also buffs Perfected Strike. I think we should remove... It sounds funky, but we might want to remove Bash. It just, when we draw it, it's dead. Upgrading all strikes and defends is also pretty good. We can't remove a strike. I'm going to remove a defend and keep Bash, but I'm admittedly feeling a little dicey about it. I'm kind of hoping we get relics in the future that justify it. So Perfected Strike is a little bit better now. It does 27 damage right out the gate. So it'll deal 27 damage. And then you'll deal 14. That's only 41. We take 20 on the chin. 27. 41. Explosive potion. So we're still taking a little damage. We got out ahead of this guy. I feel like I'm starting to see the path, but I think I've made some wrong turns on the way. Do you know the way? Sorry, I'm not going to do it. Okay, so we got 33 HP left on this guy. We're not taking any more damage, which is nice. We really want to draw Perfected Strike. Rampage is great, but it's mostly good when we get it upgraded early. We could heal for 4, but we won't be able to block any of this guy's trash, so we don't want to do that. I think you armaments. Honestly, this is messed up, but I think you upgrade defend. Then you thunderclap to make him vulnerable. It doesn't apply to vulnerable anyway, so you just deal some damage and you take as little as possible yourself, because we are hemorrhaging damage in every single fight. I think he puts up 6 block, 9 block, 11 block. We need to do 12 damage. Oh, thank God. So we got all our gold back. It's important because we're mainlining a shop early here. No strikes. We don't have an energy synergy. Fire breathing doesn't really fit this deck. Bloodletting seems pretty great, to be honest. I'm going to toss it in here, even though it scares me a little. Cryptic Writings. Dude, let's go for it. Lose 1 HP. Lose 2 HP. Lose 3 HP. Obtain the book. Lose 10 HP. The first attack, played each turn that costs 2 or more, is played twice. When you take this relic, become cursed. How am I cursed, though? It's an important question. I don't see any strikes. We could dual wield, now that I think about it. And we could create more strikes, but I don't think we need to. When you play a power heal for 2, it doesn't really do anything for us. When you obtain a curse, increase your max HP by 6. Does that work for us here? Because we might be getting a lot of curses now. Choose a skill from your draw pile, place it in your hand. Exhaust. So offering is good, but we already kind of have that value. I could see Rupture being synergistic with this deck. It does kind of cloud things, but... So we could have put... If we'd spent slightly less money... No, because we just bought a relic. I forgot. Things just don't get exhausted. So there's no way we could have bought this, regardless. This costs 85 gold. And will give us a reroll, but we're never going to be able to buy anything else. So this is kind of a close call. Bash now works because of Necronomicon. I made our deck very slightly thicker. But I think it kind of works. We're going to find out, at the very least. Snecko is a little dangerous. So this will work twice. Might as well thunderclap you first. Keep you vulnerable. So we got mad healing out of that. He didn't get as hurt as I would like. And the Necronomicon works on every single turn. That's kind of incredible. Rupture now costs 0. Armaments will work twice and everything else costs 0. So let's just do that. Well, this is going to be worth 5, 5, 5. We can get to enough without upgrading a block. Excuse me. I guess Snek OI doesn't count, so we are going to take some damage. You know what I mean? Like, I thought armaments would be played twice, but I guess because it's programmed to cost 1, it doesn't count. So we can keep that in mind. Twin Strike... Sorry, not Twin Strike. Perfected Strike should work twice, but maybe we can get something super cheap here. Like Bash. Bash should work twice for free. Nope. Snek OI just... It throws it away. We get card draw on Bloodletting. Or Strength on Bloodletting. In fact, we get even more Strength on Offering. $30 damage. I guess we want to do this. No, that was Necronomicon, so we should have used Perfected Strike. He's dead either way. Like, this seems amazing. we sort of done it. There's no strike here. Headbutt still seems worth it, but I'm erring on the side of keeping the world's thinnest deck. You guys are annoying. We didn't have the power. See, our problem there is that we didn't have the power I thought we had. So as it turns out, that was a pretty stupid play. It's a tumultuous run, is all I'm saying here. It's a tumultuous run. So you'll be played twice and apply Infinity Vulnerable. But you'll also be played twice, and that's 36 damage. You will be killed. This seems better. Please tell me this works. Yes. It only worked once because he died. Am I losing it? I feel like this thing is inconsistent, but maybe it just can't apply an effect to a dead enemy. I'll accept that. Oh man, we're actually dead. Unplayable. There is no escape from this curse. Well, we could heal for 16. That seems like a really good play to start with. Play Battle Trance. We're still gonna take 29 damage. Why don't we draw on that? Because we played Battle Trance already. Either way, we still had enough things to do with our existing energy, but... that wasn't what it was all messed up. That's not a good way to play Offering. We could still die. These guys are they're still doing a number on us, unfortunately. So this should straight up kill you. Beautiful. Have we stabilized? Do we know what's happening on this deck? Is it when we use it twice? When we use an attack that costs 2 or more, it puts one of those garbage things in our deck? I don't know, man. It's a dang old thing. I don't understand. I do want to hit you with a double bash. Beautiful. We're still going to get hit. There's not much we can do about that. You don't need to be vulnerable for 5 turns. We're going to win before that. That would be 9. You think that would be 7? You think we could just do this here? He lived with 1 HP. Not that I'm upset or anything. Just, you know, it puts us on 13 life. It's no big deal. It's just highly, highly playable. Happy Flower's pretty good. Limit Break has a mild synergy. I think I'll put an Iron Wave in here. I know we're trying to keep the deck thin, but like... oh, if you end your turn without block, gain 6 block. That's good enough. There's no way I'm going to fight that other elite, so I want to hit 2 campfires. So it would be this. Okay. I got it. Please, more cards with strike in the name. None of these cards have strike in the name. I've noticed this. I came here specifically because I thought cards might have strike in the name. They don't. I do kind of want a headbutt. I'll throw that in there. I think I'm losing my strength of conviction in this deck, to be honest with you. So we brought back a strike. I'm not particularly pleased with it. And I'm just worried about where this deck goes, essentially. So we're gonna start with Offering. It does put us closer to lethal, but we kind of needed the card draw. And then this will heal for 6, so I think it's essential. No, because the second one was blocked, because he had Malleable, that's correct. So you got us in lethal. Four damage twice was actually somehow worse. Somehow we're still alive. Alright, he's hitting us for 21. This is kind of the moment of truth. Oh, that seems bad. I think we just lose here. It's gotta be like an armaments. God, I hate being frail. Iron Wave. Defend. Bloodlet. Perfected Strike. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We had lost there. Oh. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode in spite of my failings. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. I thought we'd go for a streak, but no such luck. We'll be back with another silent run for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.